Hello, comrades. Premier Rever here once again, and I am looking down at the city of Revergrad. Beautiful city of Revergrad. Yeah, I'm not so sure about beautiful. I have the game paused, and I'll show you why in a second. Nothing so dramatic. I was thinking between the episodes that we need to do something with our logistics. Not a huge amount right now, but I do want to think about what we're going to do. One of the things I am thinking about is, we want to be able to get trains in and out of Importska, I would think eventually. So in retrospect, probably building the clothing factory right here was a little bit in the way of that, but I'm sure we can get off to the south there and get around. The other thing is, I think we can get some train stuff like in this area. For example, eventually, and even today, I want to get gravel being brought down to here. I would like to get this 1 yard for now. We could talk about more yards, but I think we'll talk about where this warehouse is and, probably when we go to do the trains, do we want more yards to be able to bring more construction materials down to this area? Not sure how much more we'll build onto Revergrad. I think we might be better off, having towns that are specialized in certain goods. So, for example, we really don't have enough corn, I should say. We have enough food, but we don't have enough corn to do our clothing industry and do our food industry. So, unfortunately, with the way Revergrad's laid out, I don't see us really being able to do too much more. And we have a nice area up by Prinschnik, north. Let's go up there and take a quick look. I think this would be a great area to have, I could just see a lot of cornfields, out in this area. And maybe even on the other side of the river, we could have another farm over here. So, having said that, we also have the possibility, I think we're going to do some lumber up in Lumbriska. And then we probably should get some kind of an export thing set up here. But that's a lot of plans considering we don't really have much up here to build with. So we're going to have to get our logistics much improved, which means probably want to build some depots down here so that at least we have some stuff coming up this way. But let's get the basics going first because we don't even have that worked out too well. Right now, one of the bigger problems is over here in Gravelgrad, we're making prefab panels, but we're not exporting any of the excess. So we have people coming to work every day and sitting there staring at the walls. So we could be making some money on that. In addition, I don't think, we have our steel mill here and we have our 2 trucks that are exporting. One of them's taking stuff over to Gravelgrad, and then the other one is just bringing stuff down to Energinisk, to fill up these yards. So we have a ways to wait for some steel. So I don't see us needing to really change that at this moment, just because, for now I'm happy with that because I want to build these plants here. So what I'm thinking of doing is, this is going to take 75 steel, and this is going to take another 200 steel, so that's 275 steel right there. And then in addition to that, we have almost 287 steel going into the power plant. And I think getting this other power plant going and getting the ability to get coal, and the reason for that is we'll be able to come up into here to this small aggregate yard and start ramping up and dealing with cement without having to import the coal. So having said all of that, I'm not sure that there's a huge amount. I have 2 trucks that are taking care of bricks, bringing them to these yards from down in Revergrad, and I think that's an okay setup. Our lumber trucks are doing the same thing. We have one over there in Gravelgrad, one here, just keeping lumber in this area. But we have these trucks that are doing the prefab panels. And I think what I want to do is put them on a loop. meaning we're just going to have them running back and forth. So right now this guy's going to Energinisk, and what I would like him to do is add another stop after that, and we'll have him come to the open storage yard down here and just drop off what he can, or she can. I'm not trying to be chauvinistic. We'll have him unload prefab panels. Thank you, save. Now we're not going to have him wait in any of those places, but I do want him to wait here. So I want him to stop waiting here, which should send him on his way right away. Oh, we're paused. I think we can unpause. So there you go. So he's now heading down to Importiska. He's heading down to this yard, and we'll get some prefab panels down here. Now I definitely want to expand that, but not necessarily this episode. We got a lot of other building to do, and I don't see us doing a huge amount of building in Importiska. Here, you know what? I left this. Let's turn off that ugly wire frame. Sorry about that. All right, so now we have this truck open. I want to do. This is a relatively new feature that I've never used, so hopefully I don't imagine it's going to be too hard. So I have this. Oh wait, yeah. There's no other truck sitting there doing this. So I want to put 2 trucks on exporting those. So let's come over here to copy and see how this works. I would imagine we just click on the truck. Yes, wonderful. That was as easy as expected. All right, so let's just start them. And there you go. So that truck was just sitting there kind of doing nothing anyway. We could straighten out that, but that's... So for all my thinking about the logistics, that's like the lowest hanging fruit, especially while we don't have too much steel. I think as we build up, we could start talking about railroads, and I think we'll even start trying to, lay out things like the railroads, at least in consideration. So, meaning, here we have rails that can come. Here, let's do this so you guys can see it easily. Like here we have rails that could come out of here, right? So like what do we do with getting the rail out of there? Like not necessarily build it right away, but make sure that as we move forward, we're not doing anything. I think we could have a rail line. We'll have to see. Like do we put the rail line way over this way and bring it into here? I think that we would probably want the rail line on this side of the road over here, and it could come up here and, come all the way across. Probably, I'd almost want it to cross over the road somewhere here and then come up this side probably. And the reason for that is if we get up to Lumbriska, I picture a town it's a little more flat over this way to put a few houses in. And then we would have our lumber industry on the other side of the tracks, and that would bring us up to here. Now we only have one rail thing. I don't imagine we don't really need a huge rail export at this point. By the time we get that big, we can go to another town, right? So there. So we'll try to keep in mind, where we would put these rails. Now, I think we would also probably do something. I don't know if it matters, but I would think I'd run the rail on this side here as best we could. And come down right along where my cursor is, and we come right on straight down to this area. So picture just following that road right straight down here with the rail. And that way we can expand some more houses here if we want. And then we can deal with whatever... we want to get gravel down to here. Gravel will be like a big one, I think, to do with rail, just because it's running it back and forth with trucks. Well, running any of the stuff back and forth with trucks isn't going to be as efficient. But then we can picture the rail lines right up here. We can bring our bitumen in. We could bring in, the gravel to some kind of unload yard. So if you look, there's different unloading. So we would need like a bitumen thing here, and then depending on how it fit, where's the aggregate unloading. So we would have maybe something like this over here so that we would fill the gravel yard up. But in the meantime, that is, I think, something else we could do is go, oh, you know what I want to do, just so we have it here, now that we have some money? Let me get another excavator. Yeah, that one's significantly faster. So just in case we need that, we'll have it for leveling down the road. All right, so let's see. What do we have for dump trucks doing nothing? So these guys are filling up gravel and putting them in here. We're definitely going to want them. Now, what do we have? Well, the gravel garage doesn't have any dump trucks other than what's in the construction, and I don't want to mess with them. So why don't we get another couple dump trucks, just because we're spending money. Let's get 2 more dumpers. Yeah, can we still buy the... Yeah, I think I've been buying these recently because I think I can't buy the one I was buying originally. And that guy... I mean, this guy's faster and carries the same amount of gravel. So let's get 2 of these. And we'll say you are going to go from the aggregate storage. You know what? Do we have... I don't think we only have... We don't have a road in and out of here, do we? To there. Let's take a look. Do we have... No. Is this loading or not? No, that's loading. Yeah, so we need to get a road. And we'll go like this. So we're gonna have to get this road built. I'm gonna go. Alright, and then let's come up here. There we go. I think I'll just delete this part. This part. There we go. So now we got to get enough construction guys down here to do that, huh? Alright, let's take care of that since we're not going to be building too much up here too quickly with these guys. Alright, so you have your route that you're going to run. Now the only other thing is well, that's aggregate loading, so if we had 2 trucks sitting in there, it's not going to stop us from loading up gravel over here. So alright, so these guys, what are we going to need? We're going to need dumpers. Really just one. And we just got the excavator. So why did I buy the excavator over here? Yeah, you might as well go in there too. And I don't think it's worth, well, yeah, well, we can't drive the gravel down here even if it was worth it. So let's get them. Yeah, that's really all we need. So let's assign this crew to build that road. And hopefully we'll remember to come back. Yeah, we'll leave this up here for now, and then that way that will remind us to come back, right? There we go. So that's a little bit straightened out. We can get gravel down to here. Now cement. Yeah, well, we need to get the cement factory going, which means we need more steel, which means we need to just sort of wait on getting more steel. Like we need to get it's just going to take time, that's all. But in order to speed things up, I don't know, those keen-eyed observers may have noticed that I shoved in quite a bit more housing. So in other words, you know, we have a whole housing thing here. I think we can even, it may not work out perfectly, but I think we could get more houses off of another street. And I think if we take our handy dandy electrical measuring tool, you know, these houses are going to get kind of far away from the school. So we may end up having to get another school somewhere down this way. But like all of these houses should be good to get to almost everything, you know. So I think we'll start out with building these houses, and that will also have the added benefit of providing us plenty of workers for our coal and our power plant. And these guys should all be close enough to walk right up there. They won't have to take a bus to get to the power plant, which is great because that keeps power plants running much better than if you're trying to truck people in or bus people in. So having said all of that, why don't we get to work on some of these roads? And what do we have in here? Yeah, we have a excavator, which is what we need as much as anything, and we have covered, yeah, so these are going to be the asphalt paved roads. This crew doesn't have any paving equipment, so why don't we, yeah, we want to build the roads first before we attach all the houses. So why don't we get, how many dumpers? We have 3 dumpers in here, so let's take a dumper out of here and replace that dumper that we just put over there, because these guys have the paving equipment that we need. So let's assign them. I don't know, which one do we start with? How about this one? Well, why don't, well, yeah, and then we'll have, yeah, we'll have these guys building the houses. We'll cool our tool, but let's assign both roads. That and that road. You know what these guys, I know what these guys can be doing. They could be working, I put in some footpaths. I like to put footpaths behind the houses wherever we can. That one's not attached yet. So let's do this footpath, and this one, and this one. That's a good start. We'll hold off on that side. So there we go. All right, nice. So we'll have some more houses going in, and that'll help alleviate. We didn't really look at this yet, but I did in between the episodes. You know, we have quite a few people. Oh, another thing to mention, if we head back over to Revergrad real quick. There we go. I took the university professors down to 5 because I felt like we were getting too many. Like, what time of the year is it? June? So let's do this year and hold it over, well, just all the educated. Hold it over this one. See how that number's coming down? I felt like, I mean, we have like 4 schools in the whole kingdom, and you know, we really don't need, like, we were getting like, here, let's see, can we do last year? Like, we were like at 1,000 or more people or educated people, so we just don't need that many to take care of the schools. So keep an eye on how many uneducated we got. We're getting quite a few uneducated, so I do want to work on that at some point. I'm not sure if it's the kind of thing I would, well, you know, the big thing would be, see, this is where they're, well, let's take care of it now. Why not? So we got 75 people, so really what we need to do is, let's see, can we do this, like move educated citizens? I don't think it's going to let us. Nah, it doesn't swap. So we're going to need an empty building someplace. So when I get an empty building, I'm going to take some of the uneducated people out of that, out of the ones that are providing for the schools. Probably should even do the same thing here. Like, say like these people should work in the school, right? And is there room? Yeah, say we could take people out of here. Let's close some of this stuff. So we're going to take people out of this building and put them in this building. And then we could take people out of that building and put them in that building. So as long as you have a little bit of wiggle room in your town, you can do that. We just have no room there. So we have We'll take this. There we go. And then we'll take this and might as well fill them up. So let's close this one. Now let's do the same thing here. This one's kind of full. So let's take... That one's full, so we'll take these guys back out of here, put them in there. This guy's full again. So I think sometimes, I wish it's not always moving. Sometimes it moves the educated people back out. I wish it would just move. So see, like when I take these guys and I move them, there we go, that time it worked well. Alright, so let's see what we have here. 72. So one of these shouldn't be too full. No. They're all pretty full. we have plenty, we don't have a population issue, but you know what, that's probably fine. If we look at this one again, we now have 24 educated people, some uneducated. They'll generally go to work here. That should give us a fair number of teachers for that school. And how are we doing over here? We should probably do something similar. And once we get the cement thing going, I guess we should think about, you know, adding more people to this town as well. But why don't we say... we don't have any educated people. Do we have any educated people in this town at all? That's kind of a problem. Well, we have educated people, but not university educated, and they're all full. All right, so we're gonna have to deal with that because we don't have any teachers. So let's can we move some people? There was a little tiny bit of room. Yeah, let's move. What one were you? Alright, so now we should be able to take some of the educated people from here. It filled back up. Yeah, this is a problem. Alright, well, we're building houses, or we're about to build houses. So when I get houses built, I think you guys get the idea of what I'm going to do. You know, I need to get some... Now that I look, I'm glad I looked at that because I didn't realize we had no teachers here, which doesn't seem to be a huge problem at the moment, but I could see where it would become one. So I'll do that. It's a little probably nerve-wracking to watch on YouTube anyway. So, well, there we go. We got gravel coming in here. We are probably very slowly building up our steel, but we'll get more people. And how is our steel doing? That's an open hole truck. So, well, doesn't seem like we have a lot of coal build up, huh? We only have 3 people. Yeah, we need more people over here. Production, well, we're making 13 tons, which is something, but I think this guy uses, yeah, 375. So yeah, that's the next thing to do as far as getting our steel production ramped up, which is going to slow us down in many other ways. So, all right, well, let's talk about the one last thing that we sort of started to talk about, and that is we have a gas station here, which will be good, but I'm thinking, you know, do we build a town here, and if so, where? Like I said, the railroad tracks being on this side would make some sense if we were to leave a little extra room. So that would mean we could probably, let's put the wire frame back on just to get a little better idea of the train. Yeah, see, I mean, it's a little hilly. Yeah, see, this really, we could bus people into whatever farms. There's a big hill right here. I kind of like being up on this hill. Probably safer if the river ever floods too, right? So if we put the town up here, maybe we could put some storage yards. Small storage yard, so we could do our thing. Now the small storage yards don't take a train, so do we want to consider if we were to bring stuff to here by train, how would we do it? See, if I were to bring stuff by train, I'd kind of want to leave plenty of extra room so we could come somehow in this way. And then I would probably want to just line these up, like probably give even extra room. Yeah, let's level that a little bit. All right, and let's get rid of some trees because I can't see. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Hit the wrong button. Goodbye, trees. Oh, you won't delete right into the road then. Why won't you delete that? There we go. Wave the little magic wand over it of tree removal. Yeah, so I think if we leave enough room, you know, we could get the large storage yards, which would allow us, you know, not limit us, I should say, in the future. Let me push this back just for the... So now let's take a look real quick. What's behind us? I don't think we'd ever run, if we ran a train track, I don't think we would run it over that mountain. I mean, we might go up this way, but chances are we would come over around the bend. So there's just, the point being that I do want to leave room maybe for a track to go into here, but it's not like it's going to be a massive thoroughfare of trains that I would worry about. Right, let's get an idea. Like, say if we had one there, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's plop one here. Because if we had to, we could always have the trains turn around and come in the other way, right? So that, you know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? And then we just do the road kind of connection would be a little bit shorter. Is there a reason to stay off the river a bit? Why not? All right, so that's one open storage yard, and then we'll leave enough room, hopefully, that we would be able to get trains through there, which really don't take up that much room. They're right at the tracks anyway. Yeah, now I'm not going to place that one until I... Let's push this far enough up. Let me zoom in so you guys can probably see a little better. I assume most people watch these videos on PC just because we're playing a PC game, but I imagine if you're on a smaller screen, I don't really take that into enough consideration, probably. Let's go at least until we turn red so we can get the road in and out. Yeah, there we go. We're turning red. This one we may have to stagger a little bit. I think it gets more level behind us. And I think I could get a road in there already, but so this is probably enough in this direction. Let's go ahead and level. I think just all the way straight back almost. One of the things about the building leveling is you kind of want to do it before you get all your buildings placed, you know? Because once you get them in, then you can't really... It's like sometimes it's hard to get the building started, like where it won't just say need flat terrain and you can't do anything. See that we can push this guy right in there, and I think it's like going downhill, so we can that whole nice area behind us flat. I don't think we have to go this far, but we are. So, yeah, see, at some point we're going to get to where it just meets the level again. And at some point I'm just worrying about it too much. Yeah, you see that? It's like, all right, definitely good enough. Thank you, save. Yeah, so we'll just, that's fine. We're going. All right, can we do that and get a road in? Probably. Let's put this guy right there. All right, so now we have nice big storage yards that we could eventually access by train. Cost us a little bit more to get going, but at least we'll have those to run materials up to eventually. Might take a little while to get there. All right, so how do we want to do this? Well, if we're going to do a train, I would say we should keep this road up this way, which means we should probably build a road. Can we do this? Yeah, a little bit. Like that first. Let's make it nice and straight to the grid. Yeah, so we'll build that road first, and then this one would come pretty much straight out to here, I think, or here. Close enough. I don't want it to be all chopped up, so there we go. So that'll be a good road project for somebody. And then, so that would handle the regular construction materials. Again, I'm picturing, well, now we've kind of put all this in the way. We definitely are going to think about a railroad on this side, even if it means redoing down here a bit. Which means we want to get in a small aggregate storage so we can get some gravel up this way, which might be one of the first things we put in, not a gravel plant. Well, there's another question. If we do, oh, that's right, the gravel, if we were to do a large gravel, it wouldn't matter because we're going to have the train unloading. Can we squeeze this guy in here? No. Does that make sense? In other words, when you unload, you have a gravel unloading station as opposed to... So what if we were... Now, it would have to come like this way. Do we do it? Yeah, we definitely want a gravel thing down here. Where do we put it? Well, if the train came up through here, maybe we put the gravel thing on the other side. Right? And then we'd have like a... Here, I'll show you. Let's go over this because we can get to the... So if we had a train aggregate unloading, might as well put it in, right? We could have it, so I really wish they had, so that's getting too close to end of the way to where I put the train. Though I could get rid of that construction office and put it someplace else. You know, it's kind of a little bit of an extra drive to get down to here, but then again, we could just run a conveyor back. Yeah, it's getting, well, you know what then? I know what. This, let's just say, and again, it's not going to cost us any money just to plop that guy down. It's also not going to cost us any money to delete some trees so we can see. If we take a look at small aggregate storage, if you look we could have it, the conveyor coming up this way over the tracks. So we could probably even put our aggregate storage right like here. Let me level. Level a little bit to the road. I can get a little bit closer. All right. Oh, what am I doing? Small aggregate storage. Boom. And then we will need a road. I could have put that closer there. And if we put this here, I guess we're committing to the tracks. Hopefully that's enough. Well, you know what? We don't have to build this until we build the tracks, which would make sense anyway. So. All right, so there we go. So we'll have an aggregate storage, which we can get going right away. And that should cover, you know, at least the start. I think we're going to also want, when it comes to our aggregate storage, the offloading, let's make sure we did this right. Yeah, the conveyor would come up this way. So, yeah, eventually, you know, we're probably going to want an asphalt plant, at least a concrete plant, because, you know, if we build anything up here, I don't know, do we really want to ship our concrete from all the way back there? Maybe we do. So we'll hold off on that, but that gives us some more stuff to work on as far as expanding in this direction. And having said that, what we probably want to do is, let's see, are you guys, you've just been sitting here doing nothing. So why don't we get you on the duty of building this road, and we'll eventually, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we'll ramp them up to their ability to build this. So what would they need to be able to build that? So we got plenty of dumpers because they're going to run back and forth. And eventually, once this is built, we'll get them to, well, there'll be a whole nother building crew. And we'll get them to refill their own thing for a little bit. Or who knows, we'll buy milk bulldozers. All right, so what else will we need? In order to be a full construction crew, we're going to need a covered haul. And once again, this is pretty big. But like my favorite is this guy. I hope we could still buy him for quite a few, for 10 more years. So you're going to have a covered hole in case you ever need components. And I shouldn't have closed that. And you have dumpers. And you're going to need some open holes. I'll get you two of my favorites. Where's my favorite? There it is. 2 open holes. You don't need felled tree, bulldozer. I think you already, do you already have? Yeah, you already have bulldozer, road crane. Yeah. Yeah, we got some new road cranes since I bought the last ones. That's nice. We're going to go for work speed. Yeah, we'll go for this expensive one. All right, so you have a road crane, dumpers, excavator, cement truck, concrete truck. Well, both the same thing. Yeah, so let's get a couple of those. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to be paving anything just yet. So, oh, look at that. The G300, 9, 12. There we go. So they're now a regular construction crew. They'll get that paved. For now, they'll use this storage yard. So how are we doing? Yep, we got 2. Oh, what happened? Did I delete it? Or we never... No, did I delete it? Oh, crapola. I don't think I was up here deleting things. See that? We don't have our aggregate storage up here anymore. What is this guy saying for... I really don't think I deleted that. Yeah, nothing assigned. All right, well, we got another construction project then, huh? Or do we just skip that for now? You know what I mean? Do we even really need that? Let's take these guys. Yeah, look, well, I don't know. Whoa, what happened there? Save messed me up. All right, yeah, let's head back to here and say, look, for now, guys, well, we don't have any place to load anyway, but you're going to need a place to go get gravel. So you're just going to have to go get your gravel from all the way back here for now, until you get that built. All right, and then since you're going to be a regular crew, you have to come all the way back here for that. You're going to have to come all the way. That's prefab. Yeah, we might as well just... Oops. That's prefab. Concrete. Oh, you know what? They don't have... Oh, they do have one bus. All right, well, since you have one bus... this is the workers one. Yeah, steel. Yeah, this is kind of ugly, but until you get everything built up there, if you need stuff, you're going to have to come to here. All right, well, at least they're set up for places to go to get stuff. Good. All right, so we have that construction crew doing something. These guys are still working on the roads over here, which is fine. It takes them a little while to go get all the stuff and bring it back. And then this construction crew isn't doing anything, but they're kind of, because they got all their little roads done. So let's do one last thing before I end the episode, which is, let's get, now that you're done that footpath and that footpath, we'll get these. These little footpaths. You can do this and this one. Yeah, I don't want to break that one up into chunks, and we don't want footpaths on that side. So we can do this one, and this one, and this one. Alright, so now, by the way, the crashing, I think they definitely, whatever problem was causing it to crash all the time, that actually had me paying. And a lot of times I would pay for these little paths like this to get done, because you would crash 6 times trying to get all these little ones done. It just wasn't worth it. But now it's, you know, I was doing this the other day when it was, you know, when I was working on all this stuff, where I would just, you know, assign like a boatload of these and not have a problem. I mean, it might be a problem that they take a while to get it done, but you know, it's a lot of trips back and forth and moving people, and you know, you're probably better off sitting there like doing just a few at a time. But yeah, my life is too short for. I like the micromanaging. I love the building of it and the organizing it, but you know, I'll just let them take care of it in their inefficient way. All right, well, there we go. I think we're, you know, our logistics are worked on and straightened out. How are we doing on our steel? Well, not impressive, but we're working on building these houses up. So I think that's probably what I'll be doing between the episodes, is just getting these 2 sets of houses done. And then by then, hopefully I have a little more steel, but I'll probably send these people down to work as best I can in these places. And then maybe I'll even get the 3rd set being built as well. Though, like I said, we're getting, these guys might be a little far away from the school and all. I don't want to leave them completely uneducated. And then as we get these houses built, I'll straighten out the town over here, get some educated people over there pretty quickly, I hope. Whether I take them out of Revergrad or take them out of here. All right, well, there you go. At least building all these houses should get us to the point where, see, it's these 132 kids, adult children. They're the problem. You know, they're not letting me. Every time I take people out of here, they just fill the house back up. So, got to get that number down. But we should be able to, because it's quite a few houses. 75 times 8, 9, 10, 6. 75 times 12, whatever that is, like 900. So that'll be a lot more people. We'll actually start needing population, which is good, because as soon as this is done, I think we talk about, chemistry. I keep calling it chemistry. Oil refinery, which gives us chemicals, and we talk about more farming. Hopefully by then I'll keep plugging away at this, getting these guys set up to be able to do more construction, and then probably want to do a similar, kind of loading pile up here. And then, we could talk about even being able to bring stuff up to here to export to get more rubles besides the way we are. At some point I have to get the exports going a little better because, well, we can always change the power back to selling it to the, and you definitely want to get your power, because that just lets you flip a switch, and it's not like we got to run trucks all the way up there to get some extra rubles. We can just turn our power from dollars or from whatever. And I guess really we should, I don't know, well, we're importing a few things with dollars, aren't we? So we have to get away from whatever we're importing through here in order to break away from dollars. We have to talk about not importing stuff. So we'll do that. We'll become self-sufficient eventually, and even if we're not self-sufficient, we can get built up by Molna there, and then we'll not be so dependent on buying things with dollars. Good. Well, one step at a time. I think we made a reasonable step forward, even though it wasn't the most construction going on. I feel better about where we're at just after this 45 minutes or so. So good. Things are moving forward, and I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one, and have a good day. Take care.